This is the Pursuit of Wellness podcast, and I'm your host, Mari Llewellyn.
Nice studio. We're dusting it off.
Thanks.
Or you just dusted it off. You just did an episode.
I know. How does it feel to see me at the office?
I've had a cloud of anxiety that I didn't really know why I had it. Well, I knew you were anxious for your day.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's like first day of school vibes.
Yeah, you just had summer break.
Yeah.
So what was announced on episode 1?
That I'm pregnant.
Right.
And I told the story.
Oh.
The HCG story.
That was crazy.
Crazy. It was like I was remembering it. Like going through it and saying it all out loud. I was like, wow, that was really the worst thing ever. Like if you guys haven't listened to my episode titled I'm Pregnant, go back and listen because I think it would give a lot of context as to what we're talking about. But yeah, they know I've been gone for 2 months. I've essentially kind of been like a hermit. No social media. I was like watching YouTube shorts. I had no idea what was going on in the world. Greg was like filling me in kind of.
I loved it. I mean, for context, obviously like one of the biggest blessings in my life has been being able to have a career with my wife. As Bloom has turned into this megalodon of a beast, it has become much more than just Mari and I running Bloom, of course, or at least operating Bloom. And it has been nice to experience a slightly traditional relationship in the sense of having separate responsibilities. I don't know. It's been a nice 2 months. It's been a nice 2 months, like seeing you just happy and content at home, which I think is a huge reason for the success of this pregnancy thus far.
I know. It's been really nice. And I kind of always knew I'd want to take a break at a certain point. But it is kind of crazy because if you think about it, since 2017, I don't think I've taken one significant break like this ever.
I think you've taken off more than 3 days.
No.
At least, especially like not like literally deleting social media and your connection to the world. I mean, I remember like you didn't even know like the Met Gala was happening. Not that we really
I didn't know the Met Gala was happening. I didn't know the Pope died.
Yeah, big news.
Like I didn't know.
Yeah, that like you just assume everyone kind of knows.
And then I would listen to a podcast date and be like, oh my God, you didn't tell me it was the Met Gala.
That's so funny.
Like it was really crazy how disconnected I was actually.
It was, the saddest part was like if I saw a really funny meme, I didn't even want to show Mari.
Oh.
Because I didn't want to like give you that
hit
and break your sobriety.
I wasn't interested, honestly.
No, you weren't.
I've read so many books. I didn't mention that on the episode. All I've been doing is reading.
No, you explained it really well, like explaining like the experience of a Kindle versus a book.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even aware that I was like almost done with the book. I think I read like 4 books in the past 2 months.
It's almost like as we're watching a series of TV shows.
Yeah.
And you don't even know you're on the last episode. And then it's just over one day because you don't feel like the book getting thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
And then you just go, okay, next one. You don't need to like run to Barnes and Nobles and get another book.
But it was also really nice being in like, because I'm reading the Queen of Shadows series, The Girls Who Get It. And and being in like a fantasy world was really nice because I feel like now I'm in a good place, but a lot of our journey was very anxiety provoking.
We were super stressed. Social media at its core is like compare yourself to everyone else.
And I'm fully on this algorithm of like IVF girls and fertility girls, which I love.
And perfect pregnancy girls.
Well, yeah, that's everywhere. Like I was just saying on my solo episode how there's...
Our whole town is pregnant.
Well, no, I didn't say that actually. But like, yeah, our whole neighborhood is pregnant. It's crazy.
We have like where we live in like the stroller capital of the world.
Yeah. We're all like very similar to me, like just weeks and months apart from me, which is amazing. It's such a blessing. But there's all this like discourse on the internet right now about, you know, the clip I'm talking about.
It creates like this wild mental game where like, even if you see people in your community who are having like the amazing experience of life, of fertility and procreation, it like something that you would normally just love to see. And it's a beautiful thing. You just by nature have like this sense of jealousy and why not me? And I don't want to say negative thoughts towards other people's magic.
No,
but
it's not that. It's just when you're in that really fragile time before a transfer or after a transfer, like I would see a girl say, this is my 3rd transfer. And I'm like, oh man, like, do I have to go through this 3 times? Like you automatically just apply other people's experiences to your own. And I didn't want to go into it with this like fear or anxiety. Like I wanted to be as calm as possible. And I knew to do that, I would have to not look at other people's stuff.
Have you explained to the podcast what your actual retrieval experience was?
Yes.
Like, Mari does not respond well to anesthesia, passed out, like crawling on the floor.
Told them everything.
Pretty dirty experience.
No, I have a whole episode on it.
So the idea of potentially needing to do that again was horrifying, with the weeks of recovery that required.
No, I literally said to the doctor, I can never do an egg retrieval again.
Which supposedly was a very unique experience, but does not mean that we wanted to do it again.
Most painful experience of my life.
Speaking of fantasy worlds from your book, I have a theory around IVF. So we had several embryos. They're ranked. Let's just say they're ranked good, fair. And you can you can quite literally choose. You could choose which gender and which ranking you want to do.
We didn't choose our gender. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Like, we went into it not knowing the gender. I told them to not tell me.
Yeah, we didn't know until 2 weeks ago.
We didn't know until 2 weeks ago. But we picked, I knew I had two, I'm just going to say it. We had two of the same gender and one that was different. And we picked the better grade of the two that were the same. Does that make sense? Like, we had 3 embryos that got through genetic testing. I've never said that, but I feel like now that I'm out of it, I can say it.
Yeah.
And
we were, lack of a better word, satisfied with that
and they
result.
said both genders were represented. 2 of them are the same gender. 1 of them are a different one. And we picked one of the 2 that were the same. And we picked the good grade, like the best grade.
And the other 2 are frozen at basically 3 weeks of development.
Yeah.
Which is mind-blowing. Like, Mari could wait a decade and we can implant one of these frozen in time 3-week-old embryos.
No, I told them about how they handed me the picture. That, like, the day of the transfer, I think, was the craziest day of my life.
Oh, yeah, we have a photo of these frozen embryos.
Yeah. On the fridge.
Insane.
It was watching myself get impregnated was the craziest experience of my life.
I was in the room.
I think we were both just like, oh my God. Crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, it was in a full like, you know, like, I've never been in one of these rooms other than being in legitimate, I guess it is legitimate surgery. Like, you're in an operating room.
Really
you're in a
scary.
full stainless steel, scary operating room. And yeah, I'm just watching on the screen, and I guess you're watching on the screen as they impregnate Mari.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was like, how did Greg find out? And I was like, there was no secrets here.
Yeah, but
no surprises.
I mean, obviously I don't have anything to compare it to, but I still feel like it was a super like magical. We left a lot of things up to chance. We didn't play God on too many factors here. Like, we were still full of surprises and delight, and you know.
I told the story of how we found out with that phone call, like on the walk.
That was nuts.
What was your experience of that?
We didn't know when they were going to call us. So much of this whole IVF journey has just been like this crazy waiting game of like,
By the
all
phone.
right, blood tests. Then you wait 5 days for the results. Embryo tests. Then you wait 5 days for the results. Embryo retrieval, and like how many do you get, and then how many actually like survive out of the retrieval, waiting 5 days for the results. So we've been like, we were just used to this, holding our breath, can barely even focus on anything else, waiting game experience. And so this was kind of the climax of the whole wait.
Yeah.
Combined. And so, yeah, we were just on a walk trying to distract ourselves.
Yeah.
And we received the phone call, and they told us it's successful, which was amazing. But that, again, we kind of thought we were out of the woods. So then 48 hours later, we received a call that there's a 1% chance that it's actually going to make it because Mari's HCG was dropping.
Yeah.
And so, you know, obviously I'm on ChatGPT. We're reading every forum. Mari's, I mean, rightfully so, freaking out. But I was like, all right, if the doctor said 1%, that's all Mari's ever needed to do anything. So Mari's like, we're like barefoot on the ground, running to an acupuncturist, trying every holistic and science forward method. We're like, Mari's shining herself with red light, trying to like bring warmth and blood flow to the whole area.
No, I have a distinct memory of sobbing, crying in front of the red light.
We're chugging like this super bone broth.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
So we were doing everything on the sun, and then the next day we went in and the HCG started to skyrocket.
Insane.
Yeah.
And I was literally taking Chinese herbs. One of them was made from donkey.
Yeah, it's literally called ass hide.
It's called ass hide. And I didn't know what it was. And then I looked it up, and I wish I hadn't. I took that for like months. I chose Function because it's the best in the world for testing. It's an all-in-one health platform with over 100 advanced lab tests covering your entire body, 5 times more than the average physical, comprehensive, and focused on critical biomarkers. It offers testing twice a year, available across the US, and super easy to use. I've been through so much with my fertility journey, my acne journey, my overall health journey, and testing has been at the core of all of them. Function Health is recommended by Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Casey Means, and hundreds of health experts. Kicking off the summer, Function is sharing their Long Live campaign. Long Live is a celebration of the everyday moments that make life worth staying healthy for. For me, this means long live spending time with family. I think it's so important, and I think I would love to encourage my family members to use Function because it just means catching things early and being proactive. In the spirit of long live and taking control of your health, get $100 credit towards your annual membership at www.functionhealth.com/pow. This $100 credit is only for the first 1,000 listeners. Sign up at www.functionhealth.com/pow. You guys have heard me talk about Foria before. Foria creates award-winning products to support intimate experiences across every stage of life, from menstruation to menopause. I know when I was menstruating before I was pregnant, they have an amazing relief collection that features life-changing all-natural formulas designed to provide relief from menstrual symptoms and period discomfort. Whether you're looking to spice up your relationship or find all-natural period comfort, give the gift of pleasure to a friend or loved one with their unique formulas. They have their relief melts, which provide internal menstrual support. They're quick and easy to insert suppositories made with cacao butter and 100 milligrams of the highest quality CBD to relax tension and pelvic discomfort. They have so many amazing reviews, but you really just have to try it yourself. They also have Relief Salve, which is a game changer for tension and muscle soreness you get during your period. I can read all the insanely glowing reviews from Foria's website all day, but you really just have to try the formulas for yourself to understand. Whether you're looking for period relief or something to get you in the mood and enhance pleasure, I highly, highly recommend you check out their all-natural formulas. The good news is that Foria is offering a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting foriawellness.com/pow or use code POW at checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/pow for 20% off your first order. You'll thank me later. Let's hop into questions because I received more questions than I think I've ever received in my life. Can the doggies sense you're pregnant yet? Congratulations.
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not. They are not showing any sign of that.
I don't agree.
You're crazy.
Arnold spent some time sniffing my uterus the other day, but he also just fully jumped on my stomach.
Yeah, you probably had like some mayonnaise from a sandwich on your tummy.
Oh,
like,
great. Thanks.
He is not being gentle with Mari at all.
He's more cuddly with me lately.
I already want to cover Mari in bubble wrap, and this dog does not make me have any comfort. It is not okay.
No, guys, I got really nervous because in the first couple of weeks, he like fully jumped on my stomach, and I was like, "Are you for real?"
Arnold thinks that we're trampolines.
Yeah, Lulu, I think, has no idea yet.
So no, I would say no. I'd be curious. I feel like if any animal were to recognize it, it'd be Mari's horse. Like, I feel like horses just like have that sense.
No, I know.
But you didn't really have that experience. I haven't seen your horse in forever. But
I went to see him and he was sweet, but he really just wanted treats. So maybe when the baby's bigger. Does it feel real? My first embryo transfer just stuck and it doesn't feel real yet. That's like a big thing I've struggled with. Is it not feeling real?
We'll be watching the scan and the baby's doing a backflip in her stomach. And I'm like, you feel this, right? And you're like, no, I have no idea this is going on.
It's crazy. Like every time we do an ultrasound, it's like watching a movie.
They said in 3 weeks you'll start to feel it though, huh?
I can't wait.
That'll be crazy. So if you feel it, can I feel it?
Like you could put your hand on, you could feel it.
That's nuts. I'm also freaking out, like we're going to Colorado soon and like Mari's going to be at altitude and I'm just like concerned about all of these changes in the environment. Not that I love her being in 110 degree weather in Texas right now.
No, Greg's been a bit paranoid, guys.
But the doctor said that pregnant women have more red blood cells.
He said that we have more hemoglobin.
But which is, I think that is the same thing.
I don't know.
And so you will adapt to lower oxygen faster.
He said that, but then my doula, I haven't even told him I got a doula. My doula was like, it would be better if you drove to like acclimate.
You don't want to have a shocking experience of any sort, whether it's like cold water, hot water, change in altitude. But I don't know. I mean, doesn't a plane kind of have a slow change in altitude anyway that you'd experience?
Know, babe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm driving. Mari's flying with Arnold.
I think so.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's the plan as of right now. We're going to Aspen for a month. I don't know if I said that because it's so hot here. I mean, right now it's not. It's like raining. But it's been so hot and I've been so uncomfortable because I'm internally so hot.
Yeah, we love Colorado. I mean, obviously we lived there for a while.
Yeah, we lived in Boulder for a year, if you didn't know. How has your relationship evolved throughout the pregnancy so far? I felt like during IVF and the HCG scare, we like really came together as a team. Like I think like anytime we've gone through something really hard or stressful, we always are like better. Do you know what I mean? Like I think you and me are really good at dealing with like hard things together.
It removes like every sense of outside noise. It makes you realize what matters and what doesn't. And so like any problem that was popping up in our jobs or the neighborhood or something was broken in the house,
It just doesn't matter.
I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like and that things that like used to like really trigger me.
I've never in my life heard you say that you didn't care about work until this moment. And it was for a fleeting moment. He was like, it's so weird. I don't even care about my job right now. And I've never heard you say that. And it was just that one day or a couple days.
And for whatever it's worth, I think it's making me better at my job. Sometimes you care about something so much that you don't actually do your best work on it. And right, it's almost like being a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
Like if you care so much and you apply that care into your actions,
Yeah.
that like you end up actually doing a net negative to the scenario of what your goal is. And so I feel like that like most of the things around my life, like friendships and work and whatever it may be outside of us, has actually benefited from me kind of having like this reset of what I care about. But back to our relationship, yeah, I think it's been really special.
It's been very special. I think it brings out in people the way, I think in men especially, supporting their pregnant partner, like how they show care. So Greg is kind of an Italian mother, I would say. He's very obsessed, and not in a toxic way, very obsessed with everything I eat. Very. And obviously we're both very passionate about nutrition, but like Greg is the one making me eat fish eggs. And like I would eat them anyway probably, but you're definitely making sure I eat the fish eggs, and like salmon once a week.
Overall healthy fats.
He like, oh yeah, he's obsessed with me putting olive oil
Yeah.
on things. He's obsessed with me putting chia seeds.
Avocado.
Obsessed with me using collagen every day.
I actually didn't really care that much, no matter how many podcasts I listened to, until I saw how fast this thing was growing. And now I'm realizing every meal is literally resulting in growth. So like you're building it with whatever we feed you.
I think I told Greg one week, oh, I checked my What to Expect app where it tells you the size of the fruit. And I'm like, it said this week the baby's growing muscles. Something in Greg just like clicked, something changed. Like his bodybuilder like demon eyes woke up and he was like, you need to eat protein. And he just got really crazy. So I think the way that you show me care is like through food.
Yeah.
You always have been like that.
Yeah.
You really have. Like, and you really worry if I'm eating something bad. Like,
I don't know, maybe it's because I just think of food all the time too.
I know, I think you're kind of a weirdo. But I also think it's an interesting time because I'm not necessarily like fully bumping yet.
Oh, also, when we first did the transfer, it's not like Mari has had a normal pregnancy up until very recently. So like Mari couldn't weightlift. Mari couldn't pick up the dog to put the dog into the car. Mari, I mean, it was.
We were terrified of doing it.
Yeah, like I don't know what we couldn't like even have intercourse for a while. Like a lot of things couldn't go on.
Yeah.
So you were in like a fragile state for 2 months.
Couldn't swim. Couldn't
Yeah.
drink cold things.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, like, this is all very conservative, like IVF stuff. Like, there's probably women pregnant listening being like, oh.
No, it's not. The first 10
traditional.
weeks are not a traditional pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, you're wanting this thing to quite literally stick, I guess.
But I was going to say it's weird because for the guy, like, your life really hasn't changed at all. Like, you come to work, you work out, you do all the same things. You don't feel the symptoms that I feel. Like, the only time you really are aware of it is when you're looking at the ultrasound. You know?
Yeah.
And I think because I have not had bad symptoms, like I've had a very, like I think my biggest symptom has been anxiety, like just how anxious I've been, but I'm definitely tired, but I haven't thrown up. Like my symptoms are super mild. I think because of that, you almost like forget sometimes.
I mean, you're always anxious though.
Okay. So exactly. Like you don't
also,
even.
I only keep saying thing because I don't want to say the gender, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I think for the guy, it's like a little more difficult to wrap your head around.
Every day having some nausea or food aversion is like tough to understand, but
you realize I don't have it even that bad. Like the fact that I can still eat meat and fish eggs is crazy. You know, I just feel blessed I can eat anything. There's girls who like literally lose weight
It seems it's great. I mean, you were pretty exhausted there, babe, for like 8 weeks.
I'm pretty tired right now.
Yeah. I mean, Mari has never taken naps in our whole life.
I took some naps.
You were taking some good naps.
Some like 2-hour ones. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I think something that gets really overlooked is men's mental health and the strength that comes from maintaining a healthy mind. Greg and I talk about this a lot, and I notice with boys and the younger male generation, they really aren't encouraged to talk about their feelings. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the US suffer from depression every year, and it's often undiagnosed. It's okay to struggle, and real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it. I have benefited greatly from therapy. I've been in therapy since I was 14, and it's a consistent in my life. I actually have therapy today, and I'm so grateful I've had somewhere to go during all the ups and downs of my life. Even sometimes when I feel like I have nothing to talk about, it always ends up being a beneficial conversation. And I think it just helps learning positive coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering you to be the best version of you. It seriously has made me just a better person in general. I highly recommend checking out BetterHelp. They have over 35,000 therapists. It's the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. The App Store rating is 4.9 out of 5 based on 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life, and you can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/pow. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/pow. Today's episode is brought to you by Dream Recovery, the ultimate brand for optimizing your rest and recovery. As someone who is all about creating balance in life, I know how much sleep transforms your mind, body, and spirit, and Dream Recovery takes it to the next level. Dream Recovery's innovative products are designed to help you wake up feeling like your best self, whether it's their Dream Strips to help you breathe better and sleep deeper, or their luxurious Dream Tape Plus, infused with anti-aging skincare to promote nasal breathing and glowing skin. This brand is all about helping you feel refreshed, restored, and ready to conquer the day. Along with those products, I love their silk pillowcase, designed to help you keep cool while providing amazing benefits for skin and hair. I love that Dream Recovery's mission is rooted in the idea of awakening our full potential, because when we sleep better, we do better. So whether you're an athlete, a busy parent, or just trying to prioritize wellness, Dream Recovery has the tools you need to level up your recovery game. Ready to transform your nights? Visit dreamrecovery.io and use the code PURSUIT15 at checkout for an exclusive discount. Trust me, your future self will thank you. God, there's so many questions. Just people saying they've never been so happy for someone I've never met before.
Yeah, we've been like literally trying for this for 2 years. We appreciate everyone's congratulations so much.
Some people are asking, why did we need to do IVF, and did we ever find out the reason?
No, everything checked out.
Yeah.
My sperm checked out, Mari's eggs and everything checked out.
I think the only thing I could really point a finger at was my PCOS and the fact that I had so many follicles and perhaps the egg wasn't actually able to release itself.
We were both like probably abnormally stressed for a long period of time, which is one of the reasons you took off from work for a while. I don't know, stress seems to be a cause of so many modern day issues. So
we don't really know. And I think we don't really spend a lot of time dwelling on it. You know, we just kind of like put our heads down and got through it.
No, I mean, even though there's like so much science, obviously, that we've been able to benefit from, the amount of unknown that the best doctors in the world even still have has been shocking.
Yeah.
So
no, you feel pretty out of control. It's crazy. Body image question. Are you struggling with the idea of gaining for pregnancy and baby? I mean, yeah.
You weren't struggling until they told you your weight.
Obviously, I look different, right? Like I was pretty skinny when I started IVF. And then IVF itself makes you gain weight because of all the hormones. You're starving. And then getting pregnant, your boobs grow. Like everything's just growing. I don't know. I have good days and bad days with it. Like this morning working out, I was like, oh my God, it looks like I have a little bit of a bump happening, and I get really excited about it. And I've waited so long. Like I truly don't care. Like that's just not front of mind. But it has surprised me kind of how much it like, I think because I'm also hormonal and I'm just like, I cry a lot now. I feel like it has sort of like taken me aback because all my clothes in my closet were for like someone who's like lean and had small boobs and like wanted to show off my stomach all the time. And I literally feel like I have nothing to wear.
I think and I tell you all the time, you look incredible. Everyone says Mari's glowing. You're a very beautiful pregnant woman.
Thanks.
Obviously, if you're putting on clothes from 6 months ago, they don't fit. And that probably is a head trip.
Yeah.
But
like none of my bras fit, like nothing.
You'll wear it in 9 months.
I know. And it is just weird. Like,
I guess. I don't know.
I think being in a bubble kind of helped. But now that I'm back on social media and people are like, I'm on camera and people taking photos of me, it's like a kind of a shock to the system. And then they made me get on the scale, which I don't like to do.
That was weird. I was surprised they even told you your weight. They should have asked you.
Next time, I'm telling them not to tell
Well, there's
me.
no fucking point to know the number, I guess.
Well, in pregnancy, you want to know.
Well, they could tell you, hey, get this weight. This is a concern.
I know.
I don't know.
But
they don't need
like,
to tell you the actual number.
it just kind of floored me.
But you're still strong. Like in the gym, like you're still like able to.
No, I know.
You kept a decent amount of muscle.
I think that's made me feel a lot better
Yeah.
is working out. But it is a bit of a weird transition. Like, you just don't look the same. And it takes a minute to catch up, especially when you're in the awkward phase of like before you have a bump and you're like, I just kind of look a bit fat.
I was driving to work yesterday, and there was a car that said like a pregnant woman on board instead of baby on board.
Cute.
I was like, oh, I should put that a little magnet on your car.
Yeah, you should get that for me. I feel like I smell my tuna sandwich. Do you?
No, but that's all right.
I smell it.
Yeah, her smell's been out of control.
I smell it.
She's the Fantastic Five over here.
Yeah, honestly,
Super smell.
sometimes Greg reeks to me. And I feel like the person who smells the most though is me. I'm like, I smell disgusting.
You don't.
But then everyone else is like, you don't smell. And I'm like, no, I really smell. I think I just like come up with things.
Or like Mari's been avoiding the construction site at her new headquarters, obviously, just because like there's dust and fumes and no need for Mari to be in there. But like when she did go for the first time before we realized that, you were just like noticing all these crazy smells that no one else was smelling.
I was like, something's bad in the fridge.
Yeah.
Or Arnold smelled like throw up that one day to me.
I think you threw up that day.
Would you guys recommend going through IVF? My husband and I have been trying for 3 years.
You go first.
IVF is like such a privilege to be able to do because it's so expensive. And I feel really lucky we got to go through it. It is, I think, equally the hardest thing and the coolest thing I've ever been through. Because I felt very involved in the process. And like I learned so much, you know, like it was kind of wild. And I felt very like involved in myself getting pregnant. It's weird.
Yeah, it gave you a feeling or element of control.
Yeah.
I only know from our journey what it feels like, but
I think we had a pretty good experience.
I almost wish we did it sooner. Like that's how good the experience has been.
I know, but it happened when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And I loved our IVF clinic. I love Dr. Mogadon.
Yeah.
What is the baby's room vibe going to be? I feel like you don't even know.
So currently I wake up well before Mari wakes up. And that's kind of like been the case
You
for years.
wake up an hour before me.
So
chill out.
In the morning, I don't use our closet or our bathroom. Just because we have a bedroom right next to our master bedroom.
Yeah, but also you wouldn't fit in the closet. I took up the whole thing.
And so I've just used this random guest room as my closet and my bathroom, especially in the morning, to not wake up Mari. That room is being taken from me.
That room is the nursery because it's closest to our bedroom.
That room is becoming the nursery. So the vibes, I mean,
You have
some
to get
ideas.
out.
How do you explain the vibes without saying any colors, obviously?
I'm like, how do I describe what I want without giving away the gender?
There will be color obvious
Okay,
stripes.
ready? Stripes. I would say it's giving traditional but fun.
Natural materials.
Natural materials. Actually, I really want to bring the founder of Branch Basics on the show because she has all the good baby recs. She sent me a crib from Europe that uses no formaldehyde or whatever, like none of the toxins because, you know.
Throw a big Jasper air filter in the room.
For sure.
Blackout curtains.
For sure.
A lot of like, a lot of these like fire repellents and stuff have
I've
weird-
already like ordered things on Etsy. Like this doesn't give it away, but like cute little DIY farm animals.
Nice.
You know, I can't wait for the bookshelf. Love a bookshelf. Can't wait to
story
read
time.
books. Yeah. I'm like big on reading. I love reading books.
Do you have a rocking chair?
A glider, yeah. Do you know what a glider is?
Is that just like a
It's like a
futuristic-
breastfeeding chair that like has an ottoman and like you lean back. It's like a whole thing.
Gotcha.
You'll sit in it too though.
Okay.
Where's Lulu? Seriously,
thriving.
the fact that they're still asking this is so crazy.
Lulu's thriving.
I posted her the other day.
I think she's like 11-ish.
No, she's 11 in August.
11. So she's about to be 11. She does not enjoy this heat.
No.
So she'll probably go to grandma's for maybe a month or 2 or 3 or what.
She's summering in the Hamptons.
She's summering at grandma's when she's on Long Island.
Yeah.
And she loves it over there. So
yeah,
it's just too much.
First trimester and keeping good eating habits, did we let the pregnancy cravings win? I feel like I've had a really good balance of both. Like my breakfast is always the same. It's always the toast, the eggs, the fruit. I have my one matcha. My lunch is really where I let whatever I want take over. Like I'll order a sandwich, or one time I got quesadillas, or like, it's not always like that though. I've been really into my smoothies. I have a smoothie every day that I make at home, which I posted on my story with like banana, strawberry, Bloom collagen, organic whole milk,
Yeah, we're keeping the
grass-fed.
dairy up there. Calcium's important.
I eat cheese pretty much every day.
Eating some good yogurt every day.
Yes.
All full fat.
Dinner we're cooking. Like we've been eating more pasta. Like I'm a little more lenient, I guess, but I always get my nutrients in.
It's always a protein source.
Yeah. Things I'm like avoiding. I mean, raw fish.
Well, you're not drinking alcohol.
Of course.
You're not drinking coffee.
No.
You're not drinking Bloom energy drinks.
Yeah, but everyone has their own approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Well, you're just saying what you're doing.
you and me tend to be a little bit more paranoid because of what we've been through. I think some people are really chill, you know? And
Yeah, but we know they are, yeah.
And we're also just obsessed with nutrition and stuff. I really think the things you eat have a huge impact on the embryo and the fetus growth, you know, and the
And if
development.
they don't, it's worth a try.
But I have never in my life received more unsolicited advice than I have pregnant, honestly.
I'm sure.
I haven't even been on social media, and I haven't even like posted yet. Or I've just started, and the unsolicited advice has been like IRL. It's really interesting. Like I feel like the second someone finds out you're pregnant, they feel like they can tell you what to do, what not to do, what to eat. It's bizarre. And I think a lot of people's beliefs come from like something someone told them 10 years ago
Family heirloom.
that they like
advice.
never looked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What does a family heirloom mean?
Like a family tradition that like they heard from
Well,
their
no,
grandparent.
like doctors just say like you can't do this, you can't do this, but they all say different things. So this book, Expecting Better, like tells you the statistics on like how likely it is you're more likely to get sick from lettuce than you are from deli meat. But like no one talks about that. Or people project their own experiences. Like it's just, I don't know. It's been kind of a wild experience.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it comes from care, and I love and appreciate that. When you're hormonally, you're kind of like,
You've never really loved unsolicited advice.
no, I haven't. I think because I've received so much of it that I'm just like, get out of my face. And I've done fine. Like I figured out everything on my own and I'm fine.
You seem all right.
Will you do IVF for your future babies?
Well, they say that, fertility rates are through the roof after not only a pregnancy, but after IVF. So we'll see how it goes. But in theory, we have 2 beautiful embryos.
Yeah. I think I'll do another IVF experience. I mean,
Unless, something happened before that.
the fact that they're already tested gives you peace of mind,
Why not? Yeah.
even though they made me do the Nursery test anyway.
Yeah, we just switched from the IVF doctor to just a normal OBGYN.
What was the biggest lesson you learned getting rid of social media?
How much other people are using it.
Crazy. Like the world literally is dependent on social media. Like when I'm telling you, I did not know any information about anything. Like I was completely in the dark.
That's your news.
Like I didn't know what my friends were doing. I didn't know what was going on in the world. Like nothing.
But the world kept on spinning.
I think also how quiet my mind was. I just like I felt like pretty like, other than obviously like my main priority was the pregnancy and stuff. But once we got through that scary time, I felt like my mind was just really like quiet. And I was kind of like, sometimes I found myself being like, I don't really know what to think about.
Was it nice?
Yeah. I felt really like flatline kind of.
It has been funny to see people still participate in social media, even just in social gatherings, while like you're off and I don't really participate how you do. So like seeing people want to share what they're doing live time has just seemed like this, like you're able to watch the world from the outside in and realize like, hey, this might be an unhealthy habit for our age or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's like a weird phenomenon. But now I'm back into it and I'm like kind of wanting to share. It's weird though, because now I'm like a little bit more, I think I used to share very freely and I didn't really think anything through. And now I'm kind of like, I just like second guess everything I don't know.
Is this something you want out in the world?
Kind of. Like, it's like my first time ever having like true privacy.
Does creating content out of this ruin the experience for like the real life that I'm
I
living?
guess.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously always had like this weird intervention with, or this weird experience with social media. Like, for example, when I proposed to Mari, just going back years, like, do I set up a camera on a tripod and try to get this reaction for content? Like, you think about these things no matter what you're doing, or if you're having
You didn't film my engagement.
No,
and I'm
no.
upset that you didn't.
Very much intentionally, because I was like, I don't want the camera rolling for this special moment. As special moments present themselves in your real life, it's like you obviously Mari has created a whole career around creating content from her life, but sometimes you need to draw the line on like, hey, so like, for example, did you do a full PR run announcing that you were pregnant?
Okay, you didn't explain that very well.
Get where I'm going
I
with
got
this?
approached by press
to
have an exclusive moment with announcing my pregnancy, and I said no.
Right.
Because I don't like that. I want to control my narrative. I've been through so much.
And you want to like monetize this beautiful thing.
No, it's so sacred to me, and it's I think I feel way more protective of everything than I ever have. Like, I used to I'm so glad I shared my fertility journey. I think that's so important for women to talk about. Like, it really creates a sense of community in such a lonely experience. But like, I would never, I don't want to like monetize it or blah. Like, we did a photo shoot. We made it really special. It was very personal.
We did a photo shoot.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
For our living room framed photos.
But we kind of have a unique perspective on things because like,
we've been in the game for a while.
We've been in the game for a while, and we've had a lot of really cool experiences and opportunities where we have like been in the press and whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just feel different than I ever have. And I saw a lot of people asking like, will you share your kids on the internet? Which is like a big question.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
And I don't even know if I'm ready to answer it.
I get it. I get why you wouldn't want to. And I very much respect it when I see someone put an emoji over their kid's face.
I do too.
I think that's a really cool thing.
I see both sides. Like, you're so excited you want to share your beautiful kid.
I think it's also a really cool thing when you share your beautiful kid. I think both are really cool.
There's people who do, like, they'll show the back of the head and like do motherhood content, but they don't fully show the kid.
It's kind of like we've never shown the front of our house.
One thing I would never do is make my kid the center of my content. I will never do that. I will never be the person using their kid to monetize.
What if they were 6 years old and they were like, let's make some content, Mom?
They can get a flip cam and a little cute camera that they go make videos of, and nothing happens with those videos until they're 18, if they want to post them.
What about like 13?
I used to make pretend YouTube videos all the time and nothing happened with them.
If at 13,
it freaks me out, babe.
They were like, I want to try to, one, make some money, or two, make some content. And that's that's now a career in the 2020s.
I don't know. I don't think they're meant to see all that. There's so much, like, it's so adult on there.
Yeah.
These 13-year-olds on TikTok, it's so sexual. It's so insane.
That's crazy.
I don't want that. I don't know. I don't want them to be on social media. I can't talk about this. I'm getting upset. Like, they can make little pretend videos, you know?
We'll develop an app.
Yeah, we'll make them
that has like fake people posting and commenting.
And it's all really like innocent.
It's all really just us commenting with different handles.
This episode of Pursuit of Wellness is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. I absolutely love Wild Grain, especially when I have guests over. It's the perfect way to throw something in the oven, and it's fresh baked and it really feels like you made it yourself, whether it's the croissants or the sourdough bread. It is the perfect thing to entertain with. Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable to your taste and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box and plant-based box that is 100% vegan. Best of all, they take the hassle out of baking since all the items bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less with no mess or cleanup. My personal favorite item is the croissants. Seriously, they are so fresh and delicious. They're warm, flaky. You guys need to try them. The freshness is perfect. Plus, it's so easy and quick. It has become like a Saturday tradition in our household. I absolutely love it. Are you ready to bring all of your favorite carbs right to your doorstep? Be sure to check out Wild Grain so you can begin building your box of breads, pastas, and pastries. For a limited time, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow to start your subscription. You heard me, free croissants in every box, and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow. That's wildgrain.com/pow, or you can use promo code POW at checkout.
Greg and I have been using Thrive Market for years. They're all about high standards, honest prices, and no compromise. They are all about getting the quality you believe in without overpaying for it. In a world where inflation has made healthy eating feel like a luxury, Thrive Market makes it easy to stick to your values and your budget. I absolutely love the brands that they carry, and it also is really easy to categorize based on your diet, whether you're paleo, more protein heavy, maybe you're vegan. It makes it so easy to shop. I feel like I can get my bougie groceries without the bougie prices. They have over 1,000 ingredients restricted, which is crazy because the US allows over 10,000 additives. They have 100% non-GMO products with the highest sourcing standards, premium grocery brands without the inflated price tags, up to 30% off groceries plus fast and carbon neutral shipping, and a free gift of your choice with your first order. You guys know I like to avoid things with seed oils and artificial additives, and Thrive Market makes it so easy to filter out those ingredients, and I can focus on finding things that are high protein. You can also look for gluten-free, low sugar, whatever your values are. Want to skip the junk without overspending? Go to thrivemarket.com/pow to get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That is thrivemarket.com/pow. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and excess calories. David bars are different. They have 28 grams of protein and 150 calories, 0 grams of sugar, which is crazy. It comes in an iconic gold packaging. You've probably seen it available online and at retailers. It's perfect to keep in your bag for a quick, satisfying snack. It's endorsed by so many fitness enthusiasts and professionals like Andrew Huberman. It helps with muscle maintenance, recovery, and overall health. That's why I always have David protein bars with me. David is offering our listeners a deal to buy 4 cartons and get the 5th free at davidprotein.com/pow. That's davidprotein.com/pow to get your 5th carton free. Humans aren't perfect, but David is. The main way your thinking has shifted now on the journey to having a child. I feel like we've wanted it for so long that now it's actually happening. I think about their experience of, okay, next summer, where do we, not that I mean, they'd be such a young baby, but I think about okay, what kind of camps should we do? I want to make sure that they have this experience or that they grow up near their grandparents, or I don't know, I just think about things like that.
Yeah, I think some of our top priorities are just
school.
They're a healthy but active social life.
We just talk about different
education
things.
is a top, frankly, concern for us. We both had odd experiences in public education.
Odd.
That I wouldn't want to replicate if I had the power to not replicate our exact experience.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think we're just asking questions more. We're meeting other parents and we're hearing about other experiences.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy, some of the things that other parents are doing.
Yeah.
And compelling, and I get it. And I'd love to learn more on a few things.
Yeah, there's so many more options now. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
And I think I'm thinking about the way I grew up and things I liked and things I didn't like. I'm oh my God, I had such a international upbringing. I moved to so many different countries. I heard so many languages, but we're not going to move country. So how do I replicate that? How do we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I eating liver? Not yet.
I wanted to, but Dr. Gabrielle Lyons said you don't show any signs of needing more iron.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the main reason you would have the liver.
I think I'm nervous of doing anything too extreme.
Yeah.
If everything seems good, I've heard liver is beneficial, but I don't know. It sounds like a lot for me right now.
Yeah, we asked her doctor.
That really
who's pro meat, she would have totally told us to.
Yeah, kind of icks me out. They asked about my workouts and have they changed?
Yeah, they've changed.
Yeah, they're definitely I'm not doing Pilates anymore. It's too much core. And I'm just weightlifting. I mean, weightlifting I think is just the queen.
I think your doctor said at this point you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many different doctors we're referring to, guys. Like, I have my IVF doctor. I have
sorry.
the regular OBGYN. I have Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. Like, and I take everything with a grain of salt and do it my way, you know?
Yeah.
And I think with the weights, I took it very slow. I gradually upped them over time. I do things that are not core focused. I've just started barbell squatting again. I do a lot with dumbbells, a lot of lunges, a lot of like shoulders and biceps and stuff. I need to do more back.
Okay. Yeah, our home gym isn't really set up for some good back.
My back is unable to hold up my boobs at this point. So we need to work.
Yeah, Mari has a little scoliosis forming over here.
Okay, thank you. Greg just thinks my posture is not good. How many kids do we want?
What do you think? More than one, but I feel like we're so blessed to have one, so I don't even want to speak on that.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think 3.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just don't want to wait too long if we decide to have more.
No, I know, but I think the thing I feel is because of how obsessed I've been with getting pregnant now for 2 years and going through IVF, I would love to just take a beat and not think about it for a second.
I get it.
And like just enjoy the baby.
Of course.
How did we find out the gender? So we didn't know the gender. Most people who do IVF pick out the gender.
We could have.
We could have, and we were like, no, thank you. I don't know. I mean, I always kind of knew I wanted to do that. So we picked the embryo based on the grade, but we didn't know the gender. None of the doctors slipped once, which is crazy. Like even doing the ultrasounds, no one said the gender. We found out privately, and I'm going to post that video at some point.
When?
Soon.
Okay.
How shocked were you?
Oh, man.
You were shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I mean, I could tell based on my symptoms, and I did every old wives' tale test, and all of them indicated this gender.
Dude, Mari was putting a ring on a string and waving it over her stomach to see how it spun.
Babe, everyone does that.
The ring she chose was the Aura ring. So I was like, that's not a normal magnetic process. This thing has like a, processor inside of it.
I peed on baking soda. I did the Chinese calendar. What else did I do? Just everything. I mean, I would love to know their guesses based on my symptoms, actually. So maybe I'll let you guys guess. Let me know what you think. Do you have a birthing plan? Not fully yet. I have a doula. I mean, I'm kind of crazy. I like to do things ahead of time. So I literally got a doula. I found a nanny. I have a pediatrician. Like I have all this stuff lined up. And I would love to do a vaginal birth. I don't have super strong feelings on an epidural at this point. I just want the baby to be healthy. Like that's all I care about. I would like to give birth vaginally, but if they told me I needed a C-section, I would do that.
Yeah, safety first.
I think I just don't have like insanely strong feelings. I do about certain things. I think I'm not as like opinionated about it as I expected to be.
Just safety first.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. As of right now, my placenta is kind of covering my cervix, but it seems to be moving the right way.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. Did you know you were pregnant on the last episode? No. Like the transfer episode? No, I didn't. I hadn't even done my transfer.
In like peak, this sucks.
Oh my God, I was such a mess. I was like,
you were like, I can't even fucking talk about anything.
No, I literally was like a mess. Did you implant 1 or 2 embryos? I get this all the time.
Yeah, I think old school IVF, they would just do 2. I guess in the thought process was that it would increase the chance of 1 sticking.
Yeah, but you never do that now.
Things have changed. Like, oh my gosh, so much in just the last 5 years.
Are you still a firm believer in pomegranate juice and seeds for fertility? Yeah, I did that the whole time and my lining was really thick.
Yeah.
I think it like did its job.
Yeah, you got regular compliments on the uterus health.
The lining thickness,
Yeah.
and that helps with implantation.
Yeah.
Will you be having a home birth? No. I want to be at a hospital.
This was like not an at-home experience from the start, and I don't think it's going to end that way.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Maybe
Even
round
though
2.
my personality, you'd think that, but I just have been through so much at this point that I don't know.
We're not like total granola heads. Shout out to them, but like,
Well,
you're pretty open-minded to whatever needs to be done.
sometimes I'm a granola. It depends.
Yeah.
Like, depends. Congratulations. Do you have any advice on something you believe helped you succeed with the transfer? I mean, I did so much. To be honest, I don't know if any of it helped.
Squashing stress.
I think taking a break really helped. I think the warming foods, no ice water. Like I think that's a thing,
like
honestly.
avoiding the overall fight or flight that we were intentionally putting into your life, right? Like the sauna is supposed to be a stressful thing. The ice bath is a stressful thing. Like work, we would take ourselves to stressful points. We would, push ourselves in adventures in life to stressful points because it was fun and exhilarating and adrenaline. But like that is not the environment for fertility.
No.
So like our world was not really conducive of a fertile state.
I didn't travel that much.
But you did previous to that. So you stopped traveling.
Stopped traveling, yeah.
Completely stopped traveling.
Followed acupuncture twice a week.
You're a little stir crazy right now.
I am. I'm ready to get on a
Yeah,
plane.
you want to get the hell out of Texas.
We get on a plane on Saturday.
It also sucked because the last month I was on 14 flights.
Oh, it was
This month I canceled basically all travel, although I'm heading to the airport right after this. But
yeah, my first trimester I was like alone.
yeah, that was a shame.
Just kidding. I wasn't alone. I followed Chinese medicine practices pre-transfer, warming foods, no swimming in cold water, foot soaks, Brazil nuts, pineapple core.
Anti-inflammatory lifestyle.
Yeah. Good food, lots of water, limited caffeine, no alcohol. I did all the things that people do. I did all of it. Who knows if it helped? French fries afterwards.
Yeah, we found some healthy ones from that Not a Damn Chance burger.
Yeah, tallow no
fries.
canola oil. Are we going to do a gender reveal? I did a little one with my friends already, like
Yeah, it
a
was
little
cute.
private one.
Like I wasn't even invited, just girls.
Just girlies.
Yeah.
But you and me did a private gender reveal. Are we still doing the progesterone shots? No, those stopped like 2 weeks ago, thank God.
Yeah, pretty much almost through the first trimester.
They're not that bad. Greg wasn't great at them. I love you, but you weren't that good at
Yeah,
them.
Mari had a nurse come to the house a couple times if I was traveling, because Mari couldn't, I guess you couldn't do it yourself, which makes sense.
And they're in the butt.
Yeah, they're in the glutes, and a nurse would come over and like Mari claims she had fantastic experiences.
Couldn't feel it. Literally, when this nurse did my shots, I couldn't feel it. When Greg did it, I was screaming in pain.
Yeah.
And Greg left bruises all over me, and I still can't be touched on the side of my hip butt area.
You got like a little
It's so
scar tissue.
sensitive, and if I have to run like across the street or something, it is excruciating.
Well, you shouldn't be running across the street.
Okay, if a car, whatever, if I have to move quickly,
Yeah.
it's just so painful.
Yeah, we gotta keep you foam rolling on your glutes.
When's the baby due? December. Are we gonna launch a Bloom prenatal?
It's not even close to the pipeline, actually. I mean, Bloom Baby obviously would be a hell of a brand.
Any like ending statements?
No, we're full of joy, feeling very blessed, cannot wait, and so proud of you.
Oh, I love you. I'm really tired and I need to eat.
Good.
Bye.
I'm off to the airport.
Thank you for joining us on the Pursuit of Wellness podcast. To support this show, please rate and review and share with your loved ones. If you want to be reminded of new episodes, click the subscribe button on your preferred podcast or video player. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive my favorites at marilewellen.com. It will be linked in the show notes. This podcast is a Pursuit Network production, brought to you by Michaela Phillips, Joel Contartese, Daviel Waldner, Jen Lauren, and Mackenzie Mizell. You can also watch the full video of each episode on our YouTube channel at Pursuit of Wellness Podcast. Love you, Power Girls and Power Boys. I will see you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team.